Demon Deacons will get us underway with the opening kickoff. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Hurricane offense makes its way onto the field to start this game. And they are led up front by a powerful offensive line that opens up an array of possibilities, Jesse.
No question it's the identity of this offense. Multiple players up front that are going to play in the National Football League. This unit is going to be up for the Joe Moore Award at the end of the year for the outstanding O-line, David. They are going to try and establish the line of scrimmage with their physicality.
Man, it's a tremendous challenge with this defensive line because you know that. Like, you've got to be aggressive. You've got to be physical. I've got to take away their ability to run the football first. This unit's nasty. They're dirty. I love them.
The Canes are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Wide receiver going in motion. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Well, good call by the defense there. They dialed up blitz into that running play, and the linebacker able to make the stop.
So the last thing you want to do is start the game, first drive, go 3 and out. They won't do that here. They might go 4 and out, but they'll try to convert here. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
It's caught downfield. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. The Hurricanes are on the move. On the run, it's Soto. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Offside, defense.
And this is what's going to drive coaches crazy. It's mental errors, right? It doesn't take any talent or lack of talent to have that penalty. You just got to watch the ball, and when it's snapped, get after the quarterback.
And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, this defense knew they had a tall task playing against this Heisman-caliber quarterback, and the best way to affect him is with pressure. They were able to hit him on that play, and that forced the incompletion.
running into the open space. He's down to the 37-yard line, and that's where he goes out of bounds.
Well, the defense did a pretty good job that time on the option play of having someone dedicating themselves to the quarterback to get him down. Not enough to stop the offense from picking up the first down, though. The defense really needs to be keyed in on this because they're going to see this option play more and more as this game goes on.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Back to pass. Finds the tight end. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the 3rd down manageable.
Lets it fly deep downfield. Reels it in the end zone.
Touch a rhythm and consistency the way they did there. Everything they dialed up was working to perfection. They go 10 plays on the opening drive and cap it off with a touchdown.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Demon Deacons offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. And this might be a real challenge for this quarterback because that corner, David, can take away an entire half of the field.
Yeah, and that's the bright part of this defense. Like you know out wide exactly what you're getting week in and week out, and it is top flight. Like one of the best in the country at your spot. So interested to see how this passing attack works while avoiding that guy, because I'm not going after him, Palmer.
Well, I don't think this quarterback has seen a secondary built like this. He definitely hasn't seen a corner with this guy's ability. And so if he is going to try him...
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago, this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to him early and often and create some indecision. Nice job getting a sack early in this football game.
Fires to the tight end. And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies there, and he stopped from getting the first down. The Demon Deacons decide to punt it away. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. He'll haul it in right around the logo. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Finds his tight end.
Nice quick throw there. It's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game day.
Now on the move at the 28-yard line on first down. To the ground. He's got it again. He's just outside the 20-yard line, stopped at the 21 after a pickup of 6. And the Caves in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Here's the handoff. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Inside the 15, 1st and 10 from the 14. They'll go to the ground. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. And the Canes now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Got it behind the line. It's busted. Touchdown, Hurricanes! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
This receiver is dangerous because of what he can do after the catch. Once he has the football, he is so good at making defenders miss. You saw it on that play.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point makes it 14-0. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Gentlemen, that pivotal top 15 battle is in the books. Here's how things went down. Ohio State found a way to pick up the W, and a win is a win, but this was not the type of convincing victory they've gotten used to in Columbus. We'll see a lot of games this week, but few will have as much of an impact on the new top 25 poll next week as this one, gentlemen.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Defense showing blitz. Will they bail out of it? To the air on 2nd down.
As an offense, you've got to know at this part of the field, deep in your own end, you have got to do a better job in pass pro if you're going to call a pass play at this juncture in the game. Not good enough.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. The give to the tailback. How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple.
And I think a lot of people are going to look at that drive, and first of all, the drive was awful. They're all going to look at the drive and say it was awful, but how about the giving up on 3rd down? I mean, you got 3rd and long, you try to sneak a run in, and this drive, this possession, it was...
Oh, that's going to be a safety.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. This drive will get started from the 37-yard line. Breaks into the open. Brings him down at the 48. It's a gain of 15 and a first down.
That's a nice-looking run, man, and what a legacy here when you think about Edgerrin James and Frank Gore, Willis McGahee, Clinton Portis, game breakers at the running back position. This
lost one deep down the right side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This time it's complete. At the 35, he's loose. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27.
Man, you see those tight ends catch the football. You're coming up and try to get them on the ground as fast as they can. They're such big athletes, though. You gotta pick your poison. A lot of times you try to go low, and they hurdle you or put that hand down. Nice job by the tight end breaking a tackle and getting some extra yards.
Works his way ahead for about 3 yards, stopped at the 23. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. They'll run it from the gun. They get him down. Tough run. Picks up 4. They'll mark it at the 19. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. They'll try to drive ahead on 3rd and short. That'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal from the 10. We've reached a break, and Miami is holding onto the lead. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. First play of the period, first down here. Quarterback on the keeper. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Miami. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance. And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. Precision blocking up front, created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the offense. Walker to throw. Here's a heat. Got out of trouble and throws. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. Guys, let's step back for a moment and talk a little Wake Forest. For programs at this level, they are regularly fighting off the big school for diamonds in the rough, but it looks like the commitment from a 3-star receiver, Jesse.
he just thought he had better opportunities on and off the field here.
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack.
Well, for this defense, finally, you're seeing pressure on the quarterback.
And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. And the Demon Deacons send out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He gets it away from his own end zone. He'll field the punt and look for room. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. From the gun to give, looking for room. Got enough for the first. Oh, he's got some space. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Canes!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
On the run from inside his own 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Working the middle, it's complete. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Picked up some yardage with that completion, now second down. And the heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
How about this defense in this game so far? Already 5 sacks, and we're only in the second quarter. I think if you're the offensive coordinator, you have got to start mixing up these play calls, moving the pocket, get your quarterback away from danger because it's obvious. This offensive line, they cannot hold up, and they cannot get it done.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. They kick it away on fourth down. Boom. Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Quick completion to the right. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So now it's second and long. Wants to go up top. Quickly complete. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. New set of downs after the completion.
That had to be a coverage bust because there is no way one of the best receivers in the country was that wide open. Somebody on defense wasn't where they were supposed to be. They had their eyes in the wrong place.
Headed to the end zone, and he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Hurricanes!
Well, I think the coaching staff and fans knew that this guy was going to play a big role in this offense this year, but I don't know if anyone expected him to have this kind of season statistically, guys. That's his 20th rushing touchdown on the season.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the Deacon offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. They believe in that running game. Got 6 before he stopped at the 23.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Creates a little room. Just enough there to get it to the 25, a pickup of 2.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through.
There he goes. Works his way out to the 33-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds.
Offenses that are great on third downs, what do? Most of the time, they keep it in manageable situations where they're not predictable, not just dropping back to pass. They do it here on third and short. They convert. This offense has been so efficient on third downs all throughout this season.
All season long, we've been watching this defense dominate against the run. They're the #1 rush defense in the entire country. With a big lead in this game, you cannot run the ball and expect to win and get back in it.
Complete to the right. The sophomore making a big play and hauling in that pass.
And that's the beauty of run-and play action. Everybody sucks up, plays the run, and you get to slip that tight end down the field with a full head of steam, make a big play.
And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long, and now you're set up to fail.
Guided out of bounds at the 22. A good play for this offense as they are threatening to score.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Walker will fire. Rush is on him. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. Oh, man, they've already lost one quarterback today. Now the backup comes in and has to take a shot.
Man, I might think about protecting my QB a little better. I already lost one. Now you're second.
And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. They punt it away on 4th down. And that is an excellent punt as it lands out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. Look at it this way. The field position is awful, but opportunity to pile up a lot of stats because there are a lot of yards in front of them. They needed that extra space as he bangs his way to the 14. Just had a solid pickup on 1st. Now let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Quickly out to the tight end. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Quick completion on the out route. Gets it out to the 38-yard line after picking up 10 on that one. And the Hurricanes have it with a 1st and 10. A run for the quarterback. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. Picked up some yardage on the ground. Now here comes 2nd down. Grab near the sticks. It's busted. Defense there to get him out of bounds as he gets it down to the 48. This offense lining up now at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Makes the grab. It's Soto. He's knocked out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 44. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. Going to sling it on 2nd down. That's caught. It's Soto. Couldn't quite get the huge play on that one, but he goes out of bounds at the 37. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. He's got the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. The Canes can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Gonna run it. It's Soto. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Right back to the well. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line? Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Quick strike complete. He'll be run out of bounds at the 13.
Well, it's a nice job by the receiver getting out of bounds to save some clock. You're probably out of field goal range, so you're thinking Hail Mary here at the end of the first half.
Just enough time for one final play in this half. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Trying to turn the corner on the right. And they save the touchdown, getting him out of bounds at the 4-yard. The Hurricanes will line up to kick off and start the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Wake Forest offense returns to the field. Nothing went right in that first half, and the first order of business here. Try not to be embarrassed any further.
But the comeback is possible. Remember 2006, Michigan State down 35 to Northwestern at halftime? They somehow came back and won the game. But it all starts on one play, and that has to happen here on this first drive for the offense.
Yeah, the first possession, because your possessions, you're only going to get so many possessions, and you've got to score on every single one of them. Offense, defense, special teams have to play out of their mind, but they have to believe.
You make up the game plan, and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. Walker to throw. Takes a hit as he fires. Another incompletion on third down. The Deacons will call on their punt team. That leg is staying loose already. The 5th and 9th. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls. Use. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. He'll try the left side. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1. And the Canes with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. On the option, he'll pitch it. Turning it on. And they'll ride him down, but not before he picks up the first down. And how about the timing on that pitch?
And that's exactly how you draw it up. And that's why the option's so hard to stop. QB, man, draw the defense in. Look at me. I'm the first option. Bam. Next thing you know, he pitches it, gets a positive gain down the field.
They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. Kept it on the ground on first down, now back to the line. The inside handoff. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. They've moved it to the 25, but now facing a 3rd and long. Unloads to the right. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. And they'll send out the field goal unit. And this one is perfect. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. 2nd down coming.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Couldn't quite haul it in. They almost had their first pick here late in the game. And the Demon Deacons line up to punt it away. They'll be forced to kick for the 6th time tonight. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Smith wants to throw. Punts it out of the air. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. And now on 2nd down for this offense. They'll leave it with him. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. This feels like 4-down territory, 3rd and short from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man quickly. Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets him a first at the 29. And the Canes come to the line with a new set of downs. Got the 1st down and more. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Down to the 18-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They'll ride the hot hand. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. Back to pass. Bring in the heat. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
Fumbles are great when you force them, and you're always thinking about as a defensive player, man, when the weather conditions start to come down, it starts to rain, and you know that ball's a little bit slick, and you know more runs are coming.
Breaks into the open. And they make the tackle now before he gets the 1st down. Now let's see if they rush to the line or let the time run out here in the 3rd. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Miami is on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Walker will fire. Pocket breaking down. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
And this has been one of those days you want to forget. I mean, you're getting drummed. There's no other way to put it. It's been a bad day. I'm trying to put a drive together here, maybe to just get some kind of momentum, something positive, maybe something in the locker room we can talk about that didn't go well.
And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. This Hurricane defense has been an impenetrable wall all day, not moving an inch against these guys.
And it's a complete effort, Reese. It's the front, it's the defensive line owning the work.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. The Demon Deacons will punt this one away. He'll try to really get into this one. Wants to bring it back. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. That fumble in plus territory just ruined that last drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating when you got the offense moving a little bit and you put that thing on the deck, Jesse. But move on, reload, forget about it.
At the end of the day, it's just fundamental football, right? They practice it all week. 5 points of pressure. Every ball carrier has to have it. They just got to do a better job moving forward.
And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play. This defense will try to force a 4th down on 3rd and short from the 45. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. And the Hurricanes will line up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. They'll get him corralled and down at about the 19-yard line. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the Deacon offense. They've punted the last 3 times they've had it, and now really needing to put a score on the board on this possession. Here's the pressure. Incomplete. He had to get rid of him before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
You've got to love what you're seeing if you're the head coach of this team, because your defense is simply not resting on their laurels, and they're playing until there's zeros on the clock. They've got a massive lead. We're late in the 4th quarter, and they're still getting sacks.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. He's got it, and he's able to shed 1 tackle, but still just a very short gain.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. Past the 45. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. Oh, he's got some space. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down. We've reached a 2-minute timeout. In all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. The give on the inside. He has the first and still on his feet. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Canes will line it up on 1st and 10. The give from the gun. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Running back searching for a hole. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and long. This is what an elite team does.